Wait, didn't I say I'd be reviewing seasons 3 and 4 of Castlevania, like, 3 years ago? Whoops.
I stand ready. I will not flee as I did before.
Castlevania. Curse of Darkness.
So, you've caught up already.
Most people, when discussing the latter seasons of Netflix's Castlevania, typically gravitate towards discussions of whether or not its depictions of sexual assault against Alucard and Hector were tastefully done, or if they were gratuitous and distracted too much from an already slow-moving plot. And also if they even constitute sexual assault at all, as opposed to regular assaults that took place during sexual encounters, which, yes, there is a difference there. This conversation gets messier still when you consider that the lead writer, Warren Ellis, was revealed to have an admitted history of sexual coercion and misconduct. And holy shit, I'm really not the person to discuss this. As someone whose worldview, reputation, and ability to trust others were somewhat soured by yeah, I might be a little bit biased here, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to deal with any of that horrific shit today. I'm instead going to put a spotlight on Isaac's character development, and why he is the absolute GOAT compared to his mustache-twirling, red-headed Sephiroth game counterparts.
The glorious vengeance you seek will not be yours. It will be mine.
After being yeeted away by Dracula for his own safety at the end of Season 2, Isaac is left with nothing more than a personal retinue of hell beasties, courtesy of his Forge Master abilities. TLDR, that's necromancy for anyone who didn't watch part 1 of this series. You should go do that. It will make a lot more sense, I swear. So, seeking out a means to return to Dracula, he seeks aid from an old Tunisian mystic who sports a shop full of magical items.
I've heard tell that you possess a large Carpathian transmission mirror.
Oh, I'm so sad to say that. That was some years ago.
As an apology, a gesture of kindness, and possibly a bid to be resurrected from hell at a later date, the shopkeeper offers Isaac a scrying mirror to locate the traitorous Hector. Hell-bent on revenge, first and foremost, Isaac heads out to seek a ship, only for him and his monster buddies to be beset by understandably terrified guardsmen.
I was spoiled by a single act of kindness in this city, and so I attempted to be reasonable, honest, and peaceful. This was against my better nature.
Multiple dead guards and townspeople later, Isaac and his monster buddies head to the docks, adamant on wiping out a random crew and commandeering a random ship. But then he meets one of the coolest characters I have seen in recent memory. Full stop, hands down. A badass captain who doesn't fear death and knows both his and his crew's worth.
If he did all that murdering and taking, who would be left to sail it?
Sailing a boat cannot be hard.
Well, if it wasn't hard, then why would sailors exist?
The captain, who has sailed for so long that he doesn't remember his own name, is able to ply Isaac not with a disarming kindness, but instead with pragmatism and charisma. He recognizes that Isaac is an obvious threat, but he also identifies him as a man of his word, and so he and Isaac shake on a safe voyage for all involved. This works out for him.
You will not be eaten by my beasties.
Excellent. Lads, we have guests. We sail for Genoa.
Sharing a drink together, non-alcoholic in Isaac's case as he's Sufi,
The spinning around kind or the self-flagellating kind?
The latter.
The captain asks Isaac his story, and after regaling the events of seasons 1 and 2, well, the captain just kind of bores right into the heart of Isaac's character.
And then what?
What?
Well, after you've had your blood, what will you do then? Take up your Dracula's cause and kill all the people in the world?
I might.
The captain offers Isaac a self-created maxim that if you don't write your own story, you become a part of someone else's. And this sets the gears in motion for this Isaac to not only differentiate himself from Dracula, but on a more meta level, to differentiate himself from Isaac.
It's still too soon, but all the same. I'll test your abilities and see how much of your power has been restored.
I don't mean to continually throw shade at Game Isaac, but he really was just a serviceable villain for a PS2 action game, right?
You shall die a most painful, gruesome death!
Anyways, the captain suggests that if kindness is such a lacking virtue in humanity, then surely it would be a good idea to nurture said value from a position of power.
I would like more water.
Then you shall have it, Isaac the Forge Master. My gift, given freely.
After such a pleasant journey and a reinvigorated faith in humanity, Isaac and the Beastie Boys reach the port of Genoa, where his plea for a safe, peaceful passage is rejected by the local militia. Mans can't catch a break, and honestly, it leaves him a little bit more jaded than when he got here.
One day, the last one of you will ask me, why did you work with Dracula himself to murder all the people? And you know what I'll say? It's because you're all so fucking rude.
Shortly thereafter, Isaac sets up camp, calling for a surprisingly eloquent hellbeast to come and speak with him. This Jeff Goldblum-looking monstrosity, it turns out, was an ancient Greek philosopher before being sent to hell, and talks with Isaac on the nature of sin, discussing how his musings on the very nature of God itself was deemed sinful and criminalized.
Who declared this a crime?
Christians.
This discussion reaches a fever pitch, unnerving even the unflappable Isaac, as the philosopher thanks Isaac for his second life, where he may relish in further sin. And probably not the peaceful, philosophizing kind if his intensity is anything to go by.
I intend to use it well and make wonderful new dreams of it.
His journey then has him cross the path of Miranda, a blind old woman who herself has a history of forging, as demonstrated by her top-tier aura farming. I think I used that term correctly. Boy howdy, I sure do love it when the slang term that all the kids are using these days pulls from my own world building.
Magician I spoke of has a transmission mirror, Isaac.
Really?
One that is unusually tall and wide, and can transmit many people at once.
So Isaac goes on a quest to recruit a massive army of monsters from the corpses of an entire city's worth of possessed people, leading to a boss fight against this show's reimagining of Legion from the games. The big orb made of people, for anyone not in the know. And with things on the up and up, Isaac heads into Season 4 with a whole city of death to his name now, sending his monsters to bury the magician's more mangled victims and rebuild the destroyed structures. Fly Eyes, which yes, that is his actual name by the way, decides to ask Isaac what it is exactly that they're doing.
Why do you have us going against our nature?
Your nature is fluid. You believe your tools of destruction only because this is how your kind have always been used. Have a berry.
Memories.
This scene is particularly moving to me, as it finally offers even the hell beasts themselves humanization, and a possible path of redemption. As Isaac stated several times before, the Prophet Muhammad,
Peace be upon him,
stated that hell is temporary, and will eventually be emptied, which is a commonly held belief in many Islamic faiths. And the showrunners made the incredibly smart decision to have Isaac's abilities become an extension of that idea. This more peaceful, constructive side that Isaac demonstrates is a case of him practicing what he preaches. His kindness, in this instance, is his greatest strength. Hey guys, I don't know about you, but I might have a thing for ruthless villains turned protagonists who go on to embody the virtue of kindness. I don't know, maybe.
May I make an observation?
you may.
You are changing. There is still revenge in you, I think, but other things too.
Perhaps.
Taking time to mull over his place in the world, Isaac's journey leads him to a place of self-actualization, of finally being his own man, with his own goals and dreams and ideals. And this is especially punctuated when he gets a long-distance miracle from the A-plot's main villain to resurrect Dracula, and couldn't give less of a shit. He wants to be more than just a part of Dracula's ongoing story. And you know, he still has his own loose ends to tie up.
Do not allow this one to call me again, and go to sleep.
Fuck you.
Literally blocked his number, that's hilarious. Get your weak-ass main story out of my face, Malcolm McDowell. I have my own shit going on already. And sure as anything, Isaac very much does pursue his revenge in 3 episodes' time, sending his army to Carmilla's castle in order to take on his final battle.
Kill everything you see, except Hector the Forge Master. He is for me alone.
And so, with a parting of the skies, Isaac's storming of Carmilla's castle begins, our main man being accompanied by none other than Abel, his right-hand devil from the actual game. That's a cool detail. Anyways, I did glaze Carmilla in the last video, and I would now like to validate that with what might be my favourite kill in this entire goddamn show. Holy shit! 10 out of 10, no notes. So, the fated battle finally comes to fruition, when Hector and Isaac finally confront one another and...
Take your revenge. I hold no malice.
I am not here to kill you.
What?
As Fly Eyes noticed earlier, this Isaac has changed. No longer fueled by blind hatred or malice, he has fully come into his own, and doesn't even seek the bloody revenge that defined his game counterparts. In this moment, Hector and Isaac work together to end Carmilla's plans for complete global domination.
Is that Isaac? the least interesting man in Dracula's castle.
Hello, Camilla. I understand you have developed some more ambitions.
I'm nothing but ambition. I'm a queen.
And so the fight begins. And as before, I will be presenting a truncated version, inglorious, YouTube's ever-tenuous grasp of what fair use is in this AI-powered Black Mirror episode we all live in now. Oh, Vision. Yes, Carmilla is that bitch who rage quits right before you land the finishing blow. Of course she is. Of course she is. And with that, only halfway through Season 4, Isaac's story comes to an end. After one last discussion with Hector, where they reflect on their roles in the events of the show, their limited agency, and their now very much open futures, Isaac takes his place as King of Styria.
I have come to wonder that perhaps Dracula did not run things well, even before his wife died. He lived in one long night and never the future. I think perhaps he earned his rest.
But you know what? Given the nature of his character arc, maybe defining Isaac by his newfound position of power is a little bit reductive on my part. I think a better way to put it is,
I'm going to live.
I can't believe I went this long without saying that the amazing voice work of Adetokunbo McCormick really helped me click with Isaac. He is a phenomenal actor. But yeah, that's my favourite character from the Netflix Castlevania series. Yeah, it's a short one this month, but like I said before, I really don't want to spoil this show for you. You've had 3 goddamn years now, go watch seasons 3 and 4 of Castlevania if you haven't already. They've got some really good moments. Malcolm McDowell, main villain. Do I need to say anything more than that? So, with that, I'd like to wish a happy and surprisingly on-time Halloween to all of my patrons, especially Anonymous, Ataru, Dan Brown, Fitzwilliam Ramsbottom, Kneecap Rock, Loca Mossy, Shamey, Thomas Walker, and Toon Pirates.